All right, so hopefully during this live, I won't have any interruptions, even though like I have a taste for what do I have a taste for? I don't know. I mean, I want Christmas tree little Debbie's. Either Christmas tree little Debbie's. What else I said I had a taste for? I had a taste for something earlier. I forgot what it was. So welcome to my live. Since the night wants to be long, I decided to spend the night doing this. So I hope you guys are having a lovely day. Let's get it started. I was watching, what was I watching? I've been watching The Crown. I watched 2 episodes of The Crown. But before I get into The Crown, I'm gonna talk about this situation right here. It was by Southside. I guess Southside is a rapper. I don't keep up with you kids anymore. I don't know who's popular. I don't know who's not popular. I don't care, you know. It is okay. That'd be a lie if I say I didn't care or nothing else. So um here's the thing. Before I play this video and show you the evidence that this guy said he was a white supremacist or that he believed that white people are better than other people, including black, brown people, I want to say this. Before we draw any criticism toward this older gentleman right here, think about it. What neighborhood you see as superior? I'm just asking questions for a friend, you know? Like when your dream neighborhood, is it in Southwest Atlanta or Buckhead? Is your dream neighborhood in Crenshaw or Beverly Hills? That's all I have to say. I ain't gonna say nothing else about that. So this teacher, he said out loud that he was a white supremacist. He believed that white people was better. Okay. I mean, y'all should be worried about who's teaching your kids anyway. And it's always people who teach kids, you know, these type of people always teaching your kids. Just this guy got caught, you know. But you have people who believe it. That's why they talk to your kids and say certain things. And then they go ahead and do it in the other world. They talk to you and say something. And then even your own people do it. It happened to me at MARTA. I don't want to talk about it because, girl, I'm already complaining about Uber. I don't need another ride to actually, I just don't need to go there. Okay, so listen to this.
Deep down in my heart, I'm ethnocentric, which means I think my race is the superior one. Oh, no, let me finish.
Oh, Lord. Hold on.
Deep down in my heart, I'm ethnocentric, which means I think my race is the superior one. Oh, no, let me finish.
So white is better than all.
No, let me finish.
Go ahead.
I think everybody thinks that. They're just not honest about it.
Hey, I'm not racist though. I like all types of kinds.
Did I say I don't like people?
People only think that.
Wait, so you said you are what?
So he's saying basically, he said that you won't admit it. That's the part that got me. I couldn't even be mad at him for saying it because the truth of the matter is, a lot of people who are of color do feel like white people are superior. They won't admit it. Yes, we're going to intellectually draw this apart before. I mean, I'm not gonna rip this man apart just for shits and giggles. I just want to go through what he said. He said, I think that y'all won't admit that y'all feel like white people are better. Like I said, which neighborhood is more desirable, Calabasas or Compton? Let's continue to hear this man.
You are
You're
racist.
saying you're like
I
you're
think
racist.
everybody's a racist at that level.
No, you said you are racist.
I did. I did. Yeah, I'm trying to be
Yes,
honest.
I'm racist.
No, I'm not saying it again. I've said it enough.
So you're racist.
He said everybody is racist at that level. Because I'm going to talk to you guys about The Crown. Oh, Lord. I don't want to spill it, but I'm going to kind of give you an idea of talking about The Crown. I'm going to give you an example of it. Because The Crown brought it to light, too. About how xenophobic and racist people can be. Even when you're a person of color, you see somebody else who's a person of color, you feel like they're inferior.
Put your phone up.
I
I'm putting the phone up.
respected you for a while, but like
I'm putting
now,
the phone up.
I don't even got no more respect for you.
Put it up.
Yeah, for real. I don't think I got respect for him no more, bro.
You know, you should have more respect for them, honestly. I say that, deep down in my heart, I'm ethnocentric, which means I think my race.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you are a racist.
So he's saying that, that's how he feel. And he's saying, well, I feel like you should respect that about me. Dude, you just told him to your face that you felt like you were better than them because you were white. So why should somebody respect you for feeling that way? Even though, let's be honest, he made a educational point of view of saying, y'all all feel that way. Everybody feel that white is right. Y'all just don't want to admit it. And the young man said, I don't have respect for you. And he said, well, you should respect that I feel that way. Because we live in a PC society, this man is going to lose his job. Which I'm kind of on the fence with that. Okay? This man is going to lose his job. We're going to call a spade a spade. He's going to lose his job. He's no longer going to be teaching or anything else. I think they said he quit. But he's going to lose his job. But like I said, there was a perfect example in The Crown that I watched today where it showed a situation with the Egyptian and a I would say a black man. And it basically showed the Egyptian man thought he was superior to the black man. And The Crown showed a perfect example of that in the episode. I'm going to tell you, it's season 5 episode. Let me look up the episode real quick. Season 5 episode. It's the last season, so it's one of the episodes. But The Crown illustrated that in so many ways. At how even an Egyptian Muslim man think he is better than a black African man. To some extent. He's superior.
Damn, I'm going to say it.
You're cussing at me?
No, I'm not talking to anybody. I'm frustrated with this conversation.
That's how it started. You were a racist.
You asked the
You
question.
were talking to him.
Get him
And he
out.
said, yes, I'm a racist. Yes.
Somebody asked the question, I responded.
I'm sure to put this on the line.
Hey, I'll be on famous. I'm gonna play on the internet.
I'll be sure to put this on there.
Yeah, you got what you need to do.
I'm gonna call my father and tell him to post this.
This order's right over there.
And you know, my dad has ordered black on Instagram, so I'm telling him to post this.
You guys don't think that I make peace with all this stuff? You think I'm still walking around prejudiced against people? Yeah.
So you are a racist.
Damn.
What are you trying to say? You used to think that.
Yes, sometimes.
I don't know who kids he was cussing at. That's another thing. You know, you wouldn't use that kind of language around Eurocentric children. So why are you cussing like that? Those are still children, sir. Okay, I would say episode 3. Is it episode 3? I thought it was further. Hold on. Please don't play episode. Please don't, because you know Netflix has a mind of its own. They talked about this. The episode is season 5, episode 3, and it's called Moo Moo. Please don't play. I ain't ready to play that episode yet. Okay. So, yeah.
No,
Why'd you say I am?
You said I am
You
racist.
said I am racist.
No, you said I am racist. That means you're at the hard S. That means right now. You're the hard S.
Can I finish?
Yeah.
Can I finish? Just let me finish. Okay.
Thought we were done.
I think it's
He's trying to pick up something to say.
you don't know me at all. You can put words in my mouth.
No, but see, here's the thing, though. You just told him that you felt like you were better than him because the fact that he low-key knows that you're better than him because you are white, right? So, I mean, the child is you ain't. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna be honest with you. These little black kids don't need to listen to him. After he said that, they don't need to listen to him. Granted, I'm pretty sure they do live in a household that believe that white is right. But I don't want to hear what you have to say. You're just going to make up something. And that's right. You're just going to make up something and say, well, I'm not racist. I'm telling you how society is.
I'm trying to explain to you something that I've learned in my life. That's all I'm trying to say.
I can't go now.
Go get the person that's.
All right.
What are you trying to say? You used to think that.
Yes. Sometimes.
Okay, can I answer this one? No.
If you weren't, if you weren't, you would not have just said.
I
No, you guys.
You 6 feet are wrongest out of everybody because every time you let these groups, you let them go to Miss Churches when they're passing. When I need to go, no, you can't go. Like, bro, that's racist. And guess what? They're all not in my skin color.
So if I was racist, I wouldn't let you go to the restroom, would I?
But you don't want him in your. I mean, you're wrong both ways. I gotta go on the side. I'm still there.
All right. So, I mean, this should be a discussion, but we know that in this PC society, you can't have a decent intellectual conversation as to why he would say it. Because I'm gonna tell you this, it's not wrong, it's not right to believe that everything white is right. If it's Eurocentric, if it's involving somebody who's of a European background, which I mean your background is not that white. I'm gonna be straight up honest with you. A lot of white people, you're not as white as you think you are. And I know I'm not saying Native American either. But like this is a discussion, this should be an intellectual discussion that people should have. You're not gonna logicalize with these kids though, because they heard that you said you were racist. And then he said, no, I used to think that white was right. I'm not gonna read what he has to say because I feel like, you're gonna say, okay, he's racist, but we're not gonna have an intellectual conversation. It's the same thing with the whole Kyrie Irving situation. We can't have an intellectual conversation as to what is wrong for claiming that black people could possibly be Jewish. We can't have an intellectual conversation and why saying that black people could possibly be Jewish. Because for some reason saying that black people could have possibly a Jewish background is anti-Semitic. So since we can't have an intellectual conversation about stuff like this, we can't get down to the root of what the real true issue is. It was a good conversation and it should be a conversation. And he was like, well, I don't want to talk about it. No, because no, it is a serious conversation. Why is it okay to think that everything that is white, that is Eurocentric, is right? It should be a conversation. And these boys are not wrong for wanting a debate about this. But y'all don't want to have an intellectual conversation. This is a good example of someone stating a point of view and saying something that will ruffle some feathers. Next story. What next? Well, whatever. So another person who I don't know, I looked in the comment section of this and they weren't okay with it. But I'm okay with what Jennifer Lewis had to say. But some of you guys are so freaking PC, once again, that people can't have an intellectual conversation with you. You think you're logical, but you're not being logical. You're being PC. And PC is not always right. If you want to fix something, you can't be PC.
Had a little bit to say about Kanye West in your book.
I'm sick of Kanye.
Boom.
I was sick of him before he did all this mess. I don't care what he's dealing with. Shut your mouth. You go sit down somewhere. Mm-hmm. All them kids that look up to his ass. Hey, Kanye, my name is Jennifer Lewis. I'm famous too. Not as famous as you. That does not excuse you from doing what you should be doing. Go get help, baby. Your children are looking at you. You hush now. I know what pain you're going through. I went through it. Do it for your children. Do it for the next generation. They gave you everything. They listen to your music just because you consider yourself a genius, and a lot of people do. Van Gogh was a genius.
Mm-hmm.
They cut his fucking ear off.
Sure did.
You hush now. Go get some help. Go get some help, baby.
The purpose of her saying what she said is she understands what he's going through because she suffers from bipolar disorder too as well. So she would know how to address someone who has bipolar disorder as well. But of course we live in a PC society, and the first thing is like, how dare you? How dare you say this? Blah, 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 blah. You can't be sensitive in an asshole, okay? I'm going to say that. You can't be sensitive in an asshole. She's right. She is very much right. That's all I want him to do too is just be quiet and take some time off, get yourself together, get the right combinations and medicines together, or get whatever you need. If you want to go holistic, find a holistic way of balancing yourself out. He definitely needs to be balanced. And you keep talking about your daughters. You got to be sane for your daughters. You got to be sane for your sons. You know. Next story. What else I got on here? Okay, I'm gonna talk about. I'm gonna talk about the funeral attire thing. Oh, somebody turned. What is it? Somebody turned 38 or whatever. It is cool. It's cool. Whatever. You fine or whatever. We ain't gonna go too deep into that. You fine. You sexy. We get you. We get it. You fine. You fine. We get it. All right. And I do have somebody do have footage of the funeral, but that's for me to personally watch. I didn't know the tickets were free. If I knew the tickets were free, I would have went to the funeral. Because I'm technically press, but in the same sense, I'm not. I don't. I mean, it's Scorpio season, but I'm not in no funeral mood. I really am not. So the internet decided to criticize Carisha and Keisha Kayor for how they were dressed at the funeral. Okay. I love Carisha's answer. She said, I dressed like this at my baby daddy funeral. I mean, girl, oh Lord. Anyway, people were criticizing the way they were dressed at Takeoff's funeral. I'm not one to tell a grown woman how to dress because I don't tell you what to do. I ain't your mom. I ain't your daddy. I don't pay your bills. I ain't the egg that meet the sperm that made you. So I don't know what happened to the one I had with her and Keisha Kayor, but people are criticizing their funeral attire. I did look at it as but then it was at an arena, and so it wasn't in a church. So yeah, I can't. I really can't say anything. Um, and this is where I sit up here. I have to say. So it's just it is what it is. But like I said, it ain't a church. They weren't in no church. So, I mean, long as you ain't dressed like that in the house of God. Some of y'all go every Sunday dressed like that in the house of God. I ain't gonna say no names or point no elbows, but I don't know what else to say about it. I mean, how am I gonna criticize what you wearing at a funeral? Y'all know she got paid to take pictures like that. But it is what it is. Let me talk about this real quick. Because I want to low key say how much nobody gives a damn. It's been 40 days and 40 nights and 40 years. These two got engaged like a whole damn year ago. I mean, a year ago they had a whole reality show. surrounding this. Nobody cares. Next story. You're in reality TV, so you have to do everything 10 times faster than people in real life, okay? All right. You know, you see Kate Middleton, she pushed out 3 kids in 2 months. Get with the program. Come on. We ain't got time. Let's go. Because we personally got lives, okay? Yeah. You hurry up, get your thing going so I can do what the hell I want to next. I'm going to show you this. Wait a minute. Before I show you this, let me stop before I show you this. Why did I do that? Stupid. I'm not stupid. It's just, you know. Okay, before I show you guys this, I got to push up my thing. And I'm going to go ahead just in case I have to, you know, push this up too. Just in case, you know, we're going to need it. What I'm about to show you is very disturbing. Damn it! How the hell did that happen? Let me see the big version. Why didn't you give me the big version? Okay, wait. Clearly, viewer discretion is advised. What I'm about to show you is very disturbing because 6 people's lives were taken from it. I don't know what the hell is going on in this Scorpio air. I mean, the Scorpio air. I think it's this Mars retrograde. Maybe it's this Mars retrograde. I'm gonna blame Scorpio season. We're gonna blame Mars retrograde. Cause Mars retrograde, I ain't gonna lie. It's my Mars is in Gemini, and Mars retrograde is in Gemini. And I've been Gemini-ing, and I'm not a Gemini. One minute I'm crying, and one minute I'm happy. I don't like it. I don't like it. And you know, it's like everything is very Gemini-ish that's been going on. It's like, you know, for 2 weekends, I get to be around Mr. Granberry. And then I come home tonight, and then there's personal issues, okay? Then there's 5 projects due. And then, you know, I almost had to slap the shit out of somebody at Marta. But yeah, you know, enough about my problems. Other people have bigger problems than I have. So let's talk about this thing right here. I don't get it. It's giving. Okay. So let's talk about this.
Dios mío! Oh, Dios mío! Oh, Dios.
6 victims died in a tragic plane collision in Dallas air show. Also, yeah, I found out there was a whole freaking tropical depression landfalling in Georgia. It made the whole weekend gloomy. And I'm like, nobody told me about this. But anyway, back to serious issues, because I mean, nothing bad happened. It's just cold as hell here. According to Dallas County Medical Examiners, there are a total of 6 fatalities from yesterday's wings over Dallas air show incident. Authorities will continue working together on investigation and identification of the deceased. the hell? I mean, only thing I can think of is what the hell. But I feel bad for those family of the 6 victims because, like, this is supposed to be a fun and exciting experience, to say the least. But for lives to be lost in a fun and exciting situation, not to be doomy and gloomy, but y'all know on my podcast I can get very conspiracy theorist. It is the same weekend Astro World happened, or was it? Oh no, it was last weekend. That was a first year anniversary of Astro World happening, and then Astro World happened in Texas. That's all I have to say. I'm not trying to draw no conclusions here. We don't do conspiracy theories or nothing like that. Um, but I'm just letting you guys know that Astro World did happen in the same place and people were expecting to enjoy themselves. This is another situation where people were expecting to enjoy themselves and for some strange reason, I bet you they're gonna say there was a malfunction with the with something. I'm pretty sure it's going to be a malfunction. One of the planes had a malfunction. They probably practiced all day, all night. These are professional people, okay? They didn't just shamelessly go in the air and make a decision to be in the air and do weird stuff, okay? These people have probably been doing this thing for years. And then all of a sudden the planes crashes into each other. Some don't sound right. I mean, something's not right. But my heart do go out to the family of the 6 victims in this situation. I bet you they say it's going to be technical difficulties with the plane. I've been having technical difficulties, but I'm always having technical difficulties. It don't have to be Mercury retrograde no more, y'all. I know people like blaming Mercury retrograde, but respectfully, it's not always Mercury retrograde with me. That's just my life. Ever since I moved to this area, my Wi-Fi has been acting weird. The Wi-Fi, maybe it's too many devices on the Wi-Fi. So it is what it is. Like I said, it's probably a technical difficulties. One of the planes malfunction. That's what I'm assuming. But for this to happen, it's crazy. Like I said, they're professionals. They know what they're doing. So it's crazy for something like this to happen. Nobody expects something like this to happen. Next story. I already talked about those three. I already talked about the crown. Let's talk about the shade of the crown. Ooh. Okay, I want to talk about this right here. Okay. So anybody don't know, Selena Gomez came out and said that her best friend was Taylor Swift. And of course, the internet was in uproar because she had a friend who gave her kidney. Because if I'm not mistaken, don't Selena Gomez have lupus? If I'm not mistaken, I think she has lupus. And it goes like this. But y'all also know there's like a whole conspiracy theory surrounding Selena Gomez and her getting, was it a kidney or a liver? Was it a kidney or a liver? And no, that's not somebody talking in the background. That's me. I'm trying to figure out what was it that she needed. Was it a kidney or a liver? It had to be something there's two of. We don't have two livers, so I'm guessing it's a kidney. So she does have lupus, and it was a kidney transplant for Francia Reza. And yeah. Selena Gomez had a hard little time. So people felt some kind of way. But people for years have been saying that, once again, I don't want to bring in conspiracy theories, but people are saying that the truth is that the kidney didn't come from Francia, honey. They said that the kidney came from Kanika Jenkins. That's what the conspiracy is. We ain't gonna go into details. We ain't gonna look at no videos to talk about this. That's what was said. I ain't saying it's true or not, but it is kind of weird to say that somebody is your best friend who didn't give you a kidney. That's all I have to say about that. I don't think she realized, the conspiracy theorist community is like, see, we told you that girl didn't give her a kidney. We told you. So that's why I thought it was crazy to me, because I thought about that when they said that, and I was like, do y'all know the conspiracy theory around this thing? And the fact that she said that, if you ain't gave me a kidney, we ain't friends. Okay, you my best friend. I owe you a whole lot more than I could give you. My best friend is anybody that's willing to give me a kidney. Now, I don't understand how y'all divorced spouses that give you kidneys. What the hell is wrong with you? If somebody give you a kidney, you owe them your life. That's the least you could do. But yeah. Hold on. What else? They saying there's. I want to talk about this JonBenet Ramsey thing. Let me refresh this real quick. I wanted to show you the things I already have. Please ignore the content dealing with something else. I will get to Nas soon. So a cold case team, according to Baller Alert, team opened further investigation into the 1996 death of a child beauty queen, JonBenet Ramsey. Okay, it says nearly 26 years after JonBenet Ramsey murder, police have launched a new investigation to crack the infamous 1996 cold case. In a news release on Thursday, the Boulder Police Department stated that it will be consulting with the Colorado Cold Case Review Team in 2023. In December 1996, okay, I'm not going to do it. We ain't going to talk about what's happening. But I want to talk about this situation. I think we already know who killed this little girl. So I saw this astrologer. I didn't see her. I'm not seeing this astrologer. This is an astrologer who has a page. This is not my content. So when I show you this is not my content. This is her content. And it was funny because I saved what she put up there. I don't know why she said. Sometimes I save stuff just to give my mom a laugh or just have my mom like amazed as what happened. But I was looking at this, I was like, no, I need to save it for something for some reason. Now this something has came up, and I have the perfect reasoning to put this up here because I want to talk about what this astrology. Did I take it down? Okay, I didn't. This is what this astrologer did. Okay, this astrologer, her name is Miss Charlotte, the astrologer, and she was talking about the Saturn return of the JonBenet Ramsey case is approaching. She has a podcast, so I'm pretty sure she's gonna talk to you guys about it on her podcast. From what she looked at this, let me show you something. I'm gonna read what she said. She said she producing a podcast about the astrological placement of the family members and the day the murder occurred. She said, I will be focusing on Burke's chart as he lied in his interview. Evidently, he is hiding something. Okay. Y'all know Dr. Phil did an interview with her brother and he came off as creepy. So this is something else she put up there. And she said Burke's Lilith, destructive feminine, is very close to JonBenet's Pallas Athena, genius, Venus, beauty, Chiron, wound, and Jupiter, abundant. This synastry indicates a destructive jealousy on Burke's part. Lilith lies alone in Cancer, indicating feelings of rejection by the mother, and this is triggered or perpetuated by JonBenet's genius, beauty, and abundance. This astrologer is not the first person to say this about this case. I think people don't want to admit it, but it's about time we pull back the curtain and just admit that Burke killed this little girl. Okay? We don't need a cold case team. Everybody done came to the conclusion that this little boy, who's now a grown-ass man, living his weird-ass life, and trust me, if he don't get caught, trust me, because he's rich and rich people are weird, somebody's going to catch him doing something off. Because he's off. You don't tell me he did something. And you know there's going to be technicalities to not put him in jail because the first thing they're going to say is he was a minor. Stop beating around the bushes. We all know who did it. You don't tell me that child did not fly into a jealous rage and hurt his little sister. Okay? I remember back then how I used to fight. Not back then because I'm the same age as JonBenet Ramsey. But I know how me and my cousin fight. And I know that, I wouldn't go into a jealous rage. But I know that we did not play fair with each other. And I feel like this little boy went into a jealous rage and hurt that little girl. I said she a little girl as if she's not a whole month older than me. Okay? Speaking of jealous people, so Nas' home was burglarized, and they made a clean getaway, according to TMZ. Because y'all jealous or whatever. You jealous that somebody has something that you don't have. So you go to their house and you steal their stuff because you feel like you deserve it too. Instead of working for it, you decide to steal it from somebody else. And yes, it's somebody he probably know. A maid, a butler, an assistant, a one night stand that didn't understand that she would never be his wife. Somebody, no. Is there anything else I want to talk about real quick? Oh yeah, I thought this was interesting. I thought this was interesting. Since this is scripted. But yeah, this is Scrappy confront his mother.
I grew up in a whorehouse. I grew up in a trap house.
Yeah.
So all I knew was that. You know what I'm saying? And I love you because you held it down. Like you.
Can we talk about the mere fact that when he said that, Bambi duck. You know, sometimes we know this. We have family, you confront them about something, they want to fight. But I noticed how when he said that, Bambi duck. Because Bambi knew the consequences and repercussions for confronting Mama D. Okay.
Did what you had to do, but imagine you never had
child
to,
point of view.
You never had to sleep with your mama 24/7 because you couldn't go in your room.
Okay.
You never had to walk in on mom dope.
Yeah.
You never had to walk in on mom just you know what I'm saying? The way I was raised, I had to deal with that because everything that happened, I had to deal with that. And I'm still dealing with it because ain't nobody come take me to give me no help. Ain't nobody got me no help. I learned about that when I got older.
Okay. Hey, so do you
know this real, cuz like this this in my head, my whole life, in my head. The I go through, I can't even go to her, she hard. I can't go to you hard. So I'm on the concrete, my granddaddy ain't that hard.
Wow.
But guess what? And I ain't taking nothing from you because you put me there. You put money in my you gave me to help my rap career and all that. Ain't nobody do that but you. So I love my mama.
It's okay though.
And I love my wife.
Yeah. But I love you.
You feel me?
But this is my baby. I just can't change his diaper.
This is like a disturbing fact for a lot of people, to be quite honest with you. The messed up part is when people like screw you over and they mess you up and they make you the person you are, you can't address it. Because they feel like you wrong. How dare you tell me what I did wrong? It is what it is. Okay.
So
What happened to that thing where I had other girl? I want to push that video with that one. It was a girl on here with her delusional ass, Lord Jesus. And I want to talk to you about her and then what this guy said. What happened to it? Did I just get rid of the video? I did come in here clean house. Oh my God. What did I do with it? I had it on here. Okay. This girl. And you see me collect, if I have stories and I collect stories, And yes, I'm doing research on crowns. I don't think I'm gonna do a podcast about it. I'm just doing research on crowns. It's crazy because that is kind of probably why I'm burnt out because I'm over here doing research for class. Then I'm turning around and doing research on crowns, and one of them ain't got nothing to do with the other. And but I like doing research on what I on certain stuff, and people don't understand that. Like I like doing research. But now that I'm back in school, I can't research every day for everything. Okay. Is this video going around of this woman. I don't even know if I want to consider her a woman. She's talking about she expect to do everything, honey. And I'm not talking about Kanye West until he get his shit together. Personally, he emotionally exhausted me. Okay, I can't find it. I guess I saved it. I don't know. I guess she. Okay. Let's see. Hold on. Let me refresh these. Um. Yeah. hmm Yeah, I got rid of it. But I was gonna correlate that with the what this guy has to say.
I'm excited to pay our first bill. You know the renters do, right? Who on earth is excited to pay bills? And what do you mean together? I mean, you live here, so you're not gonna pay it. Wait, what? So what would you do if I wasn't living here with you? What would you do? I would pay the rent and all the bills. Exactly. So why do you need me to pay the rent and the bills if you can do it by yourself? It was your idea. It was your idea to move in together. So you're not gonna help pay any bills. I'm in between jobs. I done put in 5 applications. And why'd you move in with me? So why you gonna kick me out? I thought you loved me. Love don't keep the lights on, but love keeps out.
I ain't gonna lie, I have said that before. I'm in between jobs and stuff like that. I get that, but it's like at the end of the day. Anyway.
A relationship on. Is that not worth anything to you? It's worth something to me, but I'll have a job within the next 6 to 12 months. 6 to 12 months? What am I supposed to do till then? Do what you do if I wasn't here. Duh, you said it earlier. What? I'm so happy with.
I know people are looking at what Tia Mari is saying, like she's side-eyeing. I don't know what she's side for, honey. What's going on in her house and what happened in her house is none of my business. But I was going to correlate that with this young lady going around here talking about that she deserved a high valued man, and she expected him to cook, to clean, to eat, to go to work, to have nannies and stuff to take care of the children. And she's basically expected to wake up. And I guess she expects people to wash her ass, and I guess she expects people to shit for her, all that kind of stuff. If your last name ain't Mountbatten Windsor, you ain't gonna get nobody to do that for you. Okay? If your name ain't Beyonce Knowles Carter, you ain't gonna get nobody to do any of that for you. Okay? Even Beyonce has to work for the money she pay people to do stuff for her. Okay? And she gonna be working for it next year. Shoot. I'm still trying to figure out if I could get backstage and meet her. Or do I need to go with mid-level first? Do I need to go to mid-level first? I don't know. What I accomplished this year was pretty big. Because last year, I didn't think it was going to happen. I'm like, I ain't telling you the story why I didn't think it was going to happen. I just, it is what it is. But, it is what it is, And I have been toxic like this before. But money don't grow on trees. Is there anything else I want to talk about? I wish I could find that video. I'm not talking about this neither. Because to me, it didn't sound like they had any answers for this. I mean, what this person say? Let's look at this.
Did Real Housewives of Beverly Hills star Diana Jenkins find...
Hold on.
Did Real Housewives of Beverly Hills star Diana Jenkins find the person behind the bot attack on Garcelle's son? This week, reports came out from Radar Online and Page 6 that Diana Jenkins is one step closer to finding out who sent the bots after Jax. According to their reports, Meta was subpoenaed in order to turn over data that was linked to Instagram accounts that were attacking Jax. And there's one account that's being singled out, and that account is Queen of the Tea. The account has since been deleted or possibly even suspended for harassment on Instagram. The info obtained is revealing data that links an IP address and a phone number to a person that lives in Northern California that appears to be the owner of that Queen of the Tea account. Now it looks like Diana's attorneys want to hone in on this.
That's not an answer. That's just clues. Okay, yeah, I don't care. Until you tell me a whole name that has to do with this, I don't want to hear it. Don't tell me who account is geared to or nothing. Who sent those bots after Jax? Sorry. I don't like it. So let's see what else. Anything else I want to talk about? I did want to talk about this, but now I don't even care. Like, this is so like early 2000s drama. I don't care anymore. I'm going to have a whole separate thing to talk about this because I think I know why. Because I think that the last episode I saw with the Crown kind of explained as to why the Tyndales can do what the hell they want, but you know the Mountbatten Wizards can't. But next time I'm gonna come on here and talk about this. But I'm gonna talk about this knowing that I'm gonna have like a holiday break. So let me see. I can't. I wish I found it. I wish I kept that video, but I guess I didn't because her face was just toxic to me. She was a toxic person. With that being said, let's go ahead and end this. We don't need it to be longer than what's supposed to be. Hope everybody has an amazing week. I hope everybody's keeping warm, safe, and protected, and smothered and covered in the blood of Jesus. No, seriously, y'all need to be saved. I'm gonna definitely come back on here, and I said I want to do this. I just want to do a Megan corner, but I feel like the Crown kind of said that. I think the Crown kind of explained as to why Princess Margaret, the Princess Royale, well, she won't be Princess Royale anymore. She stays Princess Royale until William becomes king. And then they'll give the Princess Royale to Princess Charlotte, maybe. Which, that's what I want to talk. Okay, you know what? That's what I want to talk about. I was watching The Crown. I'm watching 2 different series dealing with the royal family. So I was watching this series on HBO that is a parody comedy series. And it's kind of like Family Guy. And it's seen through the eyes of Prince George. I was looking at that. And I was looking at it. And I was like, there was some points in the series that they made, even though this series is a joke, there's a point in the series where, long story short, they were kind of touching something they had no business touching. Notice they ain't gonna do a season 2. I guess they ain't gonna do a season 2 because Queen Elizabeth has passed. I mean, I think since they have passed, I think they came out with the series before Prince Philip passed away. But I don't think they're going to touch them anymore because they don't have Queen Elizabeth or Prince Philip to do material on. honey, it's very interesting. But in the series predict that Meghan Markle and Harry were going to go back to the royal family, go back to London. But I don't know. I'll talk about that even more. I go even deeper, more into that, because I want to talk about this whole Harry and Meghan and why certain people get certain privileges when dealing with the royal family. With that being said, I'll be back on here and we'll be talking about that. But let me get through this week, honey. Oh, Lord Jesus. And I got both classes. Both classes. Oh. With that being said, I am so